Manual transmission vehicles are becoming less and less common every year. This is largely because it's a skill that isn't commonly taught anymore. Most people don't know how to drive a car with a manual transmission, also commonly known as driving stick. Because of this, less cars are made with manual transmissions, which then leads to less people learning how to drive stick, and then the loop continues. So in this video, we're going to teach you how to drive a manual transmission vehicle. But before that, do me a favor. If you like this video or you learned something from it, make sure you go hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Today, we're going to be driving a 2015 Dodge Challenger with a 6-speed manual transmission. Now, the first thing to note is that not all manual cars are made the same. There are tons of different types of transmissions, most notably having a different number of gears that you can shift through. But there's a number of other factors that are going to make a car feel and drive differently than another. So we're going to do our best to demonstrate the basic principles of driving a stick with this car. First of all, there are 3 foot pedals in a manual transmission car. The 2 on the right should be familiar to you. All the way on the right being the gas pedal. Then in the middle, the brake pedal, which does work both when the car is on and off. Then all the way on the left is the clutch pedal. The clutch pedal is the big difference here. Basically, the clutch is responsible for disengaging the gears inside the transmission. So when you press the clutch pedal all the way to the floor, the car is effectively in neutral, which allows the car to roll freely. The clutch pedal is going to get a lot of use while driving the car. Every time you shift gears, the clutch pedal should be fully engaged to allow a smooth shift inside the transmission. To begin the process, let's start the car. The first step is to move the seat into a position where you can comfortably reach all of the pedals and easily press the clutch pedal all the way to the floor. To start the car, you want to place your right foot on the brake pedal and your left foot on the clutch. Manual vehicles also come with a feature built in that requires you to press the clutch pedal in order to start the car. You also need to have the brake pedal pressed to prevent the car from rolling, since the clutch pedal effectively puts the car in neutral. With both the brake and clutch pedal engaged, we can now start the car. At this point, check the emergency brake. The emergency brake should usually be engaged when the car is parked. So if it was, then you can disengage it now. Once you have the e-brake disengaged, the car on, and the brake and clutch pedal engaged, you can shift the transmission into first gear using the shifter. Like I mentioned before, there are many different types of transmissions and a lot of different shift patterns for the different gears. So be sure to understand the shift pattern for your specific vehicle and transmission. With that said, first gear is often, but not always, all the way to the top left of the shifter. Once successfully in first gear, ease your left foot off of the clutch pedal at a very slow rate. This will allow the transmission to engage once the correct point of the clutch pedal is met. While doing so, ease your right foot off of the brake pedal and hover your right foot over the gas pedal. When the clutch pedal has reached the engagement point, also known as the biting point, you will feel the transmission start to push the car forward very slightly. At this point, apply some pressure to the gas pedal in order to accelerate forward. This is where a lot of stalling can happen. Stalling is when the engine shuts off, usually abruptly. It can be caused by a lot of things, but the most common in this situation is when the clutch pedal is released too quickly or the gas pedal not engaged fast enough. So if you stall here, try to release the clutch pedal slower and engage the gas pedal a bit faster. You should practice this motion a few times before you try to actually drive the car. Repeating this process of easing off the clutch, releasing the brake, and hovering over the gas pedal will help acclimate your left foot to the pedal and create some muscle memory so that you won't stall the car when trying to take off. From here, you can... What? Can't you see him trying to record a video?
Yeah, I just, can I come in for a second? I just wanna...
Yeah, fine, whatever. Here. I just want to do a merch plug. So, okay. All right. Well, hey guys, we actually have a website with a lot of dope merch on it. Stuff like this hat, stuff like this banana peel t-shirt, the regular Burnout Show logo, the MG sweatshirt. I guess this comes in a lot of colors. We also have all these in sweatshirts, t-shirts, long sleeve, and then also we have these dope ass Letterman jackets. These are actually for a limited time. They're already gone, but if you want one, just let us know down in the comments, and maybe we'll bring them back. Go to www.burnoutshow.com/store and get yourself some merch today. You can be fly like me, bro.
Burnoutshow.com/store. Get some merch today. All right, thanks.
As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted,
Sorry.
from here, you can accelerate through first gear by pressing the gas pedal. But when should you shift? A good reference is your tachometer, the gauge that tells you your engine's RPMs, which is revolutions per minute. Generally, you'll want to shift into a higher gear once your tachometer is reading above 2,500 RPMs. So, in order to shift into the next gear, be sure to press the clutch pedal down to the floor and then move the shifter into the next gear position. In order to do that, you'll want to pull the shifter back into the neutral position and then move it up or down into the next gear position depending on your shift pattern. Once you have successfully shifted into the next gear, you can release the clutch pedal and resume acceleration as needed. If you need to slow down but not stop the car, you'll need to do what's called downshifting. Downshifting is exactly what it sounds like, shifting down a gear instead of up a gear. You might need to downshift if you're driving and the flow of traffic slows down but doesn't stop. Downshifting follows the same process as before. You'll need to press the clutch pedal down to the floor and then move the shifter into the next gear down. During this process, you might also need to press the brake pedal to manually slow your car to match your desired speed. Once again, if you have successfully moved the shifter into the correct position, then you can release the clutch pedal and continue to drive. What about when you need to come to a full stop? To do this, you'll need to press the clutch pedal down to the floor, allowing your car to roll freely. You should also place the shifter into the neutral position. Then apply pressure to the brake pedal in order to bring your car to a stop. The clutch pedal should remain engaged during this whole process. When you want to start driving again, you can follow the original steps that we covered before. Eventually, it'll become second nature. However, it takes the average person about 30 hours of driving a manual car to really get the hang of it. So don't get discouraged, just keep practicing. Lastly, to park your car, you should repeat the steps we just covered to bring your car to a stop. After you've done that, it's important to remember that these manual cars do not have a park gear like automatic cars. So to safely park your car, you'll need to engage the emergency brake in order to keep your car from rolling away. Many people also shift into first gear once the car is off to engage the transmission to help prevent the car from rolling. So that pretty much covers all of the basics of how to drive a manual car. Like I said, the whole process can be a little bit different for every car depending on what year, make, and model you have. The important thing to remember is to practice and take your time. Like I said, it takes about 30 hours for the average person to figure this out. So no one's expecting you to hop in the car and just be driving like that. If you enjoyed or you did find this video helpful, make sure you hit the like button and definitely subscribe because we do have a couple videos coming out in the near future that you're probably going to want to see. One of them being a video where we're going to go over some more advanced techniques for driving a manual car. The other one is going to be how a transmission actually works. So like I said, make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can actually get notifications when those videos come out. That's going to do it for now. So thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.